All right, welcome back to the channel. Happy springtime to you. Hope you're all doing well and that you're ready for some brand new helpful content. You know, if you're a regular follower of the channel, you might have noticed it's been quite a while since we published a new video. Of course, we've been wanting to get a new video out for some time, but truth be told, 2021 has been incredibly busy for us. We've been so blessed with so many new clients who are doing so well, both individually and in our group Trick-Free 7-Week Challenge, that we just hadn't had the opportunity to get to it. Fortunately, our winter Trick-Free 7-Week Challenge has just concluded. Everybody's doing great. Glay and I are super excited about the progress our challengers have made, and so we're finally going to have some time to get some new helpful content out to you. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, the Trick-Free 7-Week Challenge is, in its essence, a group version of the live online individual coaching program we've become so known for, and that's our 90-day distance personal breakthrough coaching program. But the Trick-Free 7-Week Challenge is not the only group program we offer. In fact, we also conduct a client aftercare support program that we call the Trick-Free 365 Club. This is a group that meets once a month, and they also have access to a private Facebook group where we can all get together, ask questions, share our victories, to generally support each other between our monthly live group meetings. As an aftercare program, everybody in the Trick-Free 365 Club is a graduate of one of our introductory programs, either our private client program or our group program. And for that reason, everybody in the club is either entirely pull-free or they're largely pull-free, but you know, they may have their occasional ups and downs from time to time, I guess like everybody else. Now, I'm bringing all this up for a reason, and that is that the topic of today's video is actually inspired by one of our Trick-Free 365 Club members at our most recent meeting. This woman's name is Katrina, not really her name, client confidentiality, you know. This woman is by and large doing great. I mean, she's really got her pulling under control. She's actually pretty happy with her progress right now. One of the things Katrina has yet to work through, however, is the intensity of her schedule. This is a woman who's in her mid-30s who holds down three jobs, who also happens to be newly married and also has a young baby at home. Right? Now again, considering everything, Katrina's doing incredibly well. There's almost no pulling going on anymore. So certainly she's doing worlds better than she was before she started with us in her introductory 90-day distance personal breakthrough coaching program last year. Now, part of what we do in these monthly client aftercare support meetings is to discuss what sort of lifestyle issues or challenges are going on that, you know, truth be told, are complicating our members' ability to maintain a pull-free, struggle-free existence. I mean, for most, that represents the holy grail of freedom from Trichotillomania, right? No pulling and no struggle not to pull. Well, it turns out that stress, pressure, and overwhelm are some of the major contributors to the urge, the drive, or the desire to pull. And now, so what do you think is going to happen for this woman who's holding down 3 jobs, and is also managing a young family, including a baby that's maybe 6 months old? Yeah, you know, there's a lot on her plate. So now, do you think for this woman, under these circumstances, that's going to make it easier to maintain her freedom from hair pulling, or harder? You guessed it. Of course, this have to go do this, have to go do that now lifestyle is really only making things more difficult for her. So Katrina knows she needs to do something about this. And by the way, I'll just mention this here. Katrina's a therapist. That's her profession. So she already knows a lot of this. You know, she already understands where the problem lies here. And I mention that because during the course of this discussion with her, she actually reflected on a quote she had come across recently. And the quote goes like this: "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." Katrina reflected on this quote with the group, I believe, as a way of letting all of us know that over the course of her journey, she's come to realize something very important. That is, it's not by doing more and more and more, perhaps to the point of exhaustion, which is what a lot of people do, or what they think they need to do in order to get ahead. You know, a lot of people have been indoctrinated with the idea that if you just do enough, it'll get you over the hump in life. Like that's what it takes to finally get to the promised land, you know? But now let's think about this. What do you suppose that kind of mindset actually gets us? What does this go, go, go lifestyle actually get most of us? Well, of course, stress, pressure, overwhelm, and burnout. You know, exactly the kinds of things that incite people to pull their hair. Now, of course, for a lot of people, it may not be hair pulling, but it's likely to be some other stress coping mechanism, which for the most part is typically unhealthy. May not be hair pulling, but some people cope with cigarettes or alcohol or drugs or TV or video games or food. Anything at all is a means of trying to feel better when you need a way to feel better. But again, Katrina shared this quote, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished," as a way of assuring all of us in the group that, she's got this. She understands what she needs to do. We don't need to talk her into anything. She gets that, one, she does need to make a change. Two, when she does make that change, her whole life is probably going to feel a whole lot easier, a whole lot better. And perhaps most importantly, three, that it's all going to be okay anyway. Even when she cuts it down to just 1 or 2 jobs, which is her plan in just another couple of months or so, it's all going to work out anyway. Financially, career-wise, things are going to fall into place anyway without having to push and push and push until finally you hope you get what you think you need in life. See, here's what's interesting. Pushing and pushing and pushing to the point of exhaustion is actually the opposite of what really works. Haven't you noticed that? Ponder these words. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Think about that. Is that the truth or not? Look, Glay and I have been doing this work for more than 20 years now. When you've seen and helped as many fairly troubled people as we have, certain patterns, certain truths, I admit as we see it, start to make themselves apparent. The rules of life, what makes life work and what makes life more difficult, seem to just start opening up to you. Now, one of those rules is this. Life seems to have a most natural way of being. When life is happening in its most natural way, it tends to flow simply and effortlessly. When in life we make choices or operate in ways that don't respect this truth, that quite naturally makes life feel more difficult than it would otherwise. Doesn't that make sense? It's like if you do things the hard way instead of the easy way, of course you're going to feel that. That's a good indicator. This truth often comes up in the course of our work with clients, and it's a truth that at first seems totally counterintuitive. And that is, it's the very struggle to keep from pulling that makes staying away from pulling such a struggle. Through no fault of their own, most of our clients have come to believe that the road to eventual freedom from pulling is paved with struggle, with resisting, with holding back, with white-knuckling it. Like if they can just hold out long enough, they'll eventually train themselves to effectively resist pulling all the time. See, it's this very mindset that makes creating and maintaining freedom from hair pulling such a struggle. In fact, it's the opposite of the truth. Think of this. You weren't born pulling. For some number of years in your life, it wouldn't have even occurred to you to pull your hair, no matter how you were feeling. The truth is, you had to learn to do that. And once you did, you practiced it so much, it started to become second nature. It got to the point where it almost seemed to happen on its own. And forget about trying to stop now. You've already tried that and it doesn't work, right? Yeah, and that's exactly because you've been trying so hard to stop. Instead of just relaxing and allowing yourself to stop more naturally. During those earlier years in life, before you'd ever even heard of hair pulling, did you have to try to not do it? Of course not. You know why? Because not pulling your hair is the most natural way of being. The most natural way of being is a way that flows naturally. It's easy, it's effortless, and it can be that for you now also. Remember this phrase, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Slow down, relax, stop trying so hard to stop pulling, and ironically, you may just find that it's not as bad as you thought. This whole thing isn't nearly as hopeless as maybe you'd come to believe it is. Give yourself a break. Take your foot off the gas pedal. And if you want some help in making all this happen, give us a call. Let's talk about how we can help you. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to be able to notify when we have new content and more helpful videos coming your way. And you know what? Go ahead and hit that reply button below and leave us a comment. Talk to us. How did this video impact you? If you're watching this video at our Facebook community page, please leave a comment there. We'd love to meet and chat with you. And if you'd like to reach out to us directly to get some information about how we can help you or a loved one, feel free to visit our website at www.trick-free.com or to call us at any time of day or night toll free at 833-TRICK-FREE. I love how that rhymes. Again, please, before you leave, please do be sure to like and subscribe. We're here to entertain, inform, and most importantly, to empower you to begin taking control of your hair pulling in ways you probably never thought possible before. Thanks so much again for watching. I'm Robert Mantell with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialist. Here's wishing you an amazing trick-free week.